Good morning vlog and welcome to episode 5 of DAILYCEE. Now you might be wondering why it looks so gloomy, because apparently in April in Pennsylvania it snows. But before we get into today's video, let's get some breakfast and coffee because we need it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 6 ways to make people like you. Now we're going to be talking about a book we talked about before, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And yes, I did say that this book is over 70 years old, but I really do believe that the principles within it stand the test of time and it can be really useful to each and every one of you. So principle 1 for how to get more people to like you is to be genuinely interested in other people. Now I don't just mean specific people within your circle, I mean people in general. One of my favorite quotes from the book is, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." One of the best ways that I do this is finding at least one small thing about them, whether it be their job, what they love doing in life, thought process. Find that one thing about other people that you can become genuinely interested in. And honestly, what this can do for you, the things that you can learn from other people, is astounding. And one of the more tactical aspects of this principle of becoming interested in other people is what you can learn from them. Learning many new things from many different people can give you a whole new perspective on different aspects of life. One of my favorite quotes from Dale overall is, "An interested person is an interesting person." But honestly, becoming genuinely interested in other people is a great way to start off. So later on, we're gonna see how that interest in other people will affect your relationship. Principle 2, smile. Yeah, it's a little basic, but think back to the last time that you walked up to someone and they were smiling at you. And I can get that even though this might be one of the more simple principles, it can also be one of the hardest. Especially during this difficult time, the quarantine, the pandemic, it can be really hard to smile at people. One of my favorite aspects of the book is a gentleman tries every hour of the day to smile at someone new. Principle 3, remembering other people's names. Now this is honestly one of my favorite principles because of the creative ways that people come up with to remember other people's names. Remembering someone's name is the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Can you remember the last conversation you had where it kind of surprised you that someone remembered and said your name? And one of the best ways that I do it is after I meet someone for the first time, I repeat their name back to them, and then after the interaction, I say it over and over and over again in my head. What creative ways have you come up with in the past to remember someone's name? Comment down below. Now, principle 4, probably the most difficult principle out of all 6, is be a good listener and let the other person do most of the talking. As I'm sure you know, most people only care about themselves, their own interests, and talking about themselves. So to genuinely get people to like you, be a good listener. Let them do the most talking. This goes hand in hand with being interested in other people. It becomes a lot easier to be a good listener if you're genuinely interested in other people. But this is where most of the important learning from others comes into play. That if you listen to what they're saying and let them do most of the talking, 1, it makes them feel incredibly important. 2, you can learn the most from them. I think we've all come across people that just love to complain, and that's okay. People always look for others to vent to complain to, so if you're that kind of person that's a good listener, it will attract more people to you. And like any other skill, it's something you have to work on. Being a good listener is an active process. Now, these next 2 principles are the most important, so pay attention. Are you listening? Principle 5, talk in terms of the other person's interests. Now, this is one of the most important aspects of building relationships with other people. If you're working on being a good listener, being genuinely interested in other people, you can really create a strong connection between you and the other person if you talk about the things that they're interested in. Now, if you're able to relate their interest to your own goals, that creates an even more powerful connection. But this is probably the most important principle out of all 6. Listening attentively to other people and their interests are going to give you the ability to talk in terms of those interests in any conversation. This goes hand in hand with being able to share the passions that people have with them. Think back to the last time that someone else got really passionate about something in your life. Being able to give that passion to other people is one of the most incredible feelings in the world. Now, this principle is so important that I want all of you, the next time you talk to someone, try and talk about their interest the entire time. Now, I know it's gonna be difficult, I get it, but try your hardest. See what it does for your relationships. And to round it all out, principle 6, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. And trust me, I get it. This can be very, very challenging, especially during these times of quarantine. But making other people feel important is gonna have the most benefit in building relationships with others. This principle is kind of a summary of all 6. Being genuinely interested in other people, smiling at them, remembering their name, being an attentive listener, talking about their interests. All of these are gonna be able to make them feel important. Think to the most incredible people that you've met in your life. They have an amazing ability of making you feel like the most important person in the room. Now just imagine if you could do that for all the people you come in contact with. And I get it, so many people focus on making themselves feel important, but if we just take a step back and make other people feel important, it can change everything. Now, are these principles gonna help you become the greatest person on the planet? Of course not. There's something you have to work on each and every day. So take a moment, go back through the video, write them down, and work on one at a time each and every day, and you can change the impact you have on other people in your life. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of these 6 principles and how they affected your relationships with others. I truly, truly believe if you put in effort to work on these 6 different principles, you can completely change your relationships with the people you come in contact with. Now, those are not the only principles in Dale's book. There's also principles on how to handle other people, how to get people to your way of thinking, and how to be a good leader. So seriously, go read this book. I am really excited to see how you guys use those principles in your day-to-day relationships. Do you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Let's go. Let's go. So honestly, I've been struggling with the idea of doing this vlog every single day, mainly if I was gonna do it on the weekends or not. But I've decided to do it for 2 major reasons. Mainly because during this quarantine, I have absolutely nothing to do anyway. And I just want to focus on building my skill at being in front of a camera, editing. You know, you're not gonna get better at something unless you practice every single day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna vlog DAILYCEE every day until I can't do it anymore. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing this face every day. And it goes back to the principles that we talked about earlier. It's something you have to work on bit by bit every single day. So maybe the next time that you're sitting at home with your boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, friend, family member, whoever, try talking about their interests for a change and not your own. I have come to learn that vlogging with this dog is incredibly challenging. I want to thank you guys so much for watching episode 5 of DAILYCEE. Again, if you liked anything, let me know it down in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.